Hi guys, it's Brian, and today I want to give you guys my review for Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 6. Episode is titled Bury Me Here Next to Jasper's Leg, and this was an okay episode. I give it an 8 out of 10. This was also the only episode in Season 6 currently with no Morgan, so we have a character named Paige running in the woods, we hear horses, and she is, looking away. I really thought this was Sarah the first time I saw her, but it's not. And we see a walker that's just like squashed under some trees, and we see that Virginia and her group, she talks about some bullfrog story that she saw when she was younger, and she basically just asks, you know, the woman Paige, just some questions, and the characters they find out that she has spray paint, and she believes that it's part of that new group. So the group that has the spray paint that says the end is the beginning. So she wants to know about that, and she even asks, "Do I look scared?" When she smiles, and the woman Paige says that, "Yeah, I think you are scared." And I'm very curious on this group. Like, do they have spies in Virginia's community? So I'm curious on that. Anyway, the woman Paige, before they take her, she grabs a gun and she points it at herself. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, I'm very curious about this group. Like, who are they? What's their goal? And they're not able to stop her. She shoots, and yeah, I mean, the woman just ends up killing herself. And Virginia just says they're gonna try and get some clues, maybe from her body, but that's pretty much it. So we have the intro scene, and it's just June. And yeah, this is going to be a June focused episode. There's no Morgan, and we see like this like medical trailer kind of thing, and we see it go closer to the door, and the door opens, and we see June, Sarah, trying to get this guy inside. He's hurt, and there's walkers in the distance chasing them, and we have Sarah, killing the walkers chasing them. And after that, they get the guy inside, and they say something like he has a ruptured appendix or something like that, and they need to, operate on him. So I'm not really sure what happened, but yeah, so June is like kind of like the nurse between the communities. So I don't know if she's like the only doctor, because there should be more doctors, right? But I don't know. So anyways, she is preparing the, medical utensils to perform the surgery, and she is constantly telling the guy that, I mean, June's never done it before, but she's seen surgery done, and Sarah helps her. So like Sarah is going to kind of like be her assistant, and Sarah gets like a book on how to do it, and June is just like looking at the book as she's doing it. So yeah, I don't know about you guys, but if I knew, I would be terrified of this surgery. But something happens, the infection or something, and his heartbeat stops, but June tries to save him, but it doesn't work. He turns into a walker very fast, I might add. Like, it took like what, a minute maybe, and he gets off the table and attacks June. And I wasn't scared for June, but Sarah kills him with a very one of the medical tools, the scalpels, I think. And I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Can that go through her head? It should be bended or something, or it should have broken. I don't know, that was weird. But June is just a little bit upset. She talks to Sarah about how she constantly asks Virginia for hospital because they're spread out too thin. And Sarah says that, Virginia will never go for it. And that's pretty much it, because like June wants to help people, but doesn't really feel like she's doing it. So later we have June and John in the same car. So John picks them up, and June is just a little bit upset. She wants to help, and John asks her if she can help him, because he talks about Janice and Cameron, how they had a plan to escape, and maybe they should escape too. And this is interesting. John actually, like, kind of, I don't know if this is out of character. Like, I don't think it is, because John even says, I want us, to just on our own, we can go to the cabin. But they get interrupted because on the walkie-talkie we have Lucy speaking to June. Luciana tells June that there was a problem in Tanktown and they need her assistance, with the oil fields. And yeah, I mean, we actually get to finally see the oil fields again after, I don't know, it's been a couple episodes, it's been a while. So we see people like leaving the tunnel, the oil fields, and June gets out and she is just, I guess, like surveying the damage, seeing all the people who are injured and need help. And we get to see Luciana again. She is still in the oil fields because, yeah, I mean, she's still working there. That was part of the deal she made with Virginia last season. And Virginia shows up actually pretty fast. And Virginia does want to get her people, but she also has questions and things like that. And John doesn't do much, but he is going to try and help June, but we don't really get to see it this episode, so he was kind of underused. So anyways, the characters are driving into the oil fields. It looks a lot bigger than I remember last season, and it's like raining, just oil. It looks so nasty. Like, I mean, man, like, I thought rain was bad. And the characters even say, like, not to look up, don't get in your eyes, because, yeah, that's going to be bad. And, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't know what you guys think. How did they not get in their eyes? But anyway, June is trying to help some people. Some people even lost their hearing, which is crazy. So, and then we see Wes again. So Wes is injured. He's got like a piece of shrapnel stuck to him, and a walker attacks June, but actually Virginia saves her apparently. And this is weird. The walker had like blades or like needles taped to its fingers. So like there's like someone sabotaging or doing something. So this is, I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, I mean, the oil fields are on fire. And yeah, there might be a spy or something. That's what Virginia wants to find out. And she even tells June, like, this woman, like, maybe just like leave. She compares her to her dog and say, like, maybe it's time to leave her out in the pasture. And that means, like, let her die, I guess. So Virginia thinks that Wes is the traitor in her group because her guys bring in a chest belonging to Wes, and it's full of paint and stuff, spray paint. And she thinks that he's the one who put the end is the beginning signs in the oil fields, and she starts questioning him. She asks Wes who told him to paint, and she implies it is his brother, and she asks if he's alive, and Wes says that he isn't. But, she asks if his brother is with them, and he says, I don't know who them is. So I don't know. Wes might know something, but I'm not 100% sure. But June can't stand anymore. She injects Wes with a sedative, knocking him out, and Jenny wants to find out later what Wes knows. In the medical truck, apparently the walkers or the workers turned into walkers, and they started eating someone. So I don't know, this was fast. I'm curious how they died, some of them, because I know they were injured, but I didn't know if it was lethal. That was a little weird. But June is killing some of the walkers, and even Virginia is pulling out a gun and shooting some. I'm surprised she didn't shoot anything that caused an explosion, because there's gas and barrels. I don't know. It's just a little bit weird. But anyway, the characters they get into the truck with Wes, and the oil field actually explodes. So this was actually pretty crazy. I mean, this was a massive explosion. But luckily, June and Virginia are able to get inside one of the buildings before everything explodes. Virginia is the first one to wake up after the explosion, and a walker attacks her, and she gets bit. We actually see it. She gets bit, but June kills the walker and notices that Virginia, has gotten bit, and she's the only one here. And Virginia's mad. She tried to radio her men to come get her, but it's going to take some time. And we have Virginia looking at an axe, and we all know what she's thinking. We all know what June is thinking, and Virginia takes some alcohol to disinfect her bite, but I don't think you do that yet. But anyways, I don't know. But June tries to stop her, and June even says she is not going to help, but she's also not going to let her cut her off her own hand, because this is. I was actually surprised with June in the scene. I'm like, wow, Virginia's even demanding the axe, and I was just like, wow, this June I have never seen before. And it makes sense. This is their chance to get rid of Virginia, and they're fighting. Yeah, I don't know what you guys thought of the scene, but yeah, it was pretty crazy. But June gets the upper hand, holding the axe to her neck, and June even calls back to what Virginia said about letting some dogs out in the pasture, meaning that kind of to let you go, that kind of thing, to let Virginia die. And June is talking on the radio with Lucy and Sarah about saving Wes, how to do it exactly. And then Virginia mentions the end is the beginning people, how they're out there, and she's trying to save lives so people can live instead of killing them. But June mentions she just wants her husband back. And we have Janie talking about how everything she ever did, it was for Dakota to keep her alive and living. And she asks if June can do that if she dies. And it's crazy. June just changes. She starts disinfecting the axe, and Virginia is just like, "What are you doing?" And I don't know. It was I don't know about the scene. Like, I don't know. June might have people might start hating June after this, because I mean, she tells Virginia to not make her regret this, and June swings down on Virginia's hand. We get a black screen as she cuts it, and we have June talking to Virginia, and mentioning how she cauterized her wound. And yeah, Virginia doesn't have a right hand anymore. And we have John coming to June, and he asks her, so, she's okay and everything. And we have, I mean, it's crazy. The old fields are gone. I mean, that is another big tie-in from season 5, just completely wiped out from the story. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, we haven't even seen the kids this season, and I don't think we're going to. So anyways, Virginia is talking with her henchman, and she wants to speak to her sister, and I mean, honestly, like, I really don't know what they're going to do with Virginia at this point in the story. I'm unsure. So we have Wes in the medical bay, recovering after what happened. And we have June talking to Lucy and Sarah about how she was able to convince, Virginia to open up a hospital. And I don't know, what do you guys think? I mean, seriously, like, I don't know. They say you can't trust Virginia, her word, but I don't know. Like, it's tough to say, but she says that she brought someone here to help with them, and we see that it is Wendell. So we finally get to see Wendell, this season. I mean, although I don't think anyone missed him exactly. And we have June talking to John, and yeah, it's crazy. Her hair is like dyed black again. Like, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. But she tells John that she's actually not going to go with him. That because Virginia's going to open up a hospital now, that she's needed here, and they need him as well. And she even mentions that group, so they need as many people here to keep everyone safe. And John looks saddened by this, you know what I mean? Because, like, he really wanted to go back to his cabin. And as they're driving, you know what I mean, back to, I guess, the community or Lawton, whichever one. As a road is, like, becoming two, we have John. John takes a right instead of a left with the group. And yeah, I mean, John is going AWOL. And I was surprised by this. I don't know. Did you guys think this was out of character? Because I mean, John is, I mean, I don't think he's like fully leaving June, but he just got out of there. I mean, he's not going back with her. So in a way, he kind of is leaving her. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, this wasn't a bad episode, but yeah, anyway, so the episode ends with John just driving away. And yeah, so that's it. The episode ends right then and there. So like I said, guys, this wasn't a bad episode. We had some really good action. And June was not, I don't know, she's not the worst character, but maybe not the best one to have a full episode on. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it for my review of Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 6, Bury Her Next to Jasper's Leg. Please let me know what you thought of the episode down below. And until next time, guys, take care. Bye.